Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
It's difficult to put into words.
What?
Guys, you can't really hear that last one. It's the famous cry. Here it is. That's the crypto market right now, everybody. Begging for mercy. But we're here to comfort you. We've got Dex's bull panel. Listen, it's always comforting to be with the guys that called it. And tonight we have a clip. Will brought this up. First, let me welcome our panel. Of course, we've got Will.
Good evening, everyone.
The man, well, all three of you called it. So, and then we've got our friend Craymerica here, our moderator.
Howdy, y'all.
There he is. And of course, the main man, Dex Thiago Capitalist. How you doing, buddy?
Lovely. Good to be here.
Awesome. Well, we've got a clip from a show. This was before Thanksgiving. And Will dug it up. And man, is this dead on. So let me bring this clip up. This is a replay from previous show. So you guys try not to talk for a sec. Here we go. Let's play this.
The weekends that it feels like 2017 all over again. And we in sort of like the final innings for people to lock in their profits before the bear market will come, probably around springtime.
Okay. All right. Around springtime. Okay. So we've got a little time left. You're not saying like this week.
Well, last time I say, you know, we're gonna have a happy Thanksgiving.
Right.
So we're 2 weeks away from that Thanksgiving now. So now we have to get as much as profit as we can before this thing will, I don't want to use the word collapse, but just another correction will come.
The correction, yeah. Be ready for it. Cool. Craymerica, what say you, man? What are you looking at?
Same thing, man. I'm agreeing with Will on this. I think that we're going to see BTC have its.
Let me just chime in really quickly. I want to point out that the price on the screen, it's Bitcoin at 67,000. This is when you guys are saying this stuff. So back to the clip.
I'm thinking it's the final wave up on this bull run. So be ready to take your profits. And I'm expecting a lot of FOMO. You know, it's again, like Will said, it's kind of like an echo of 2017. You know, even down to the seasons. You know, it's wild. So so don't be afraid to lock in your profits. You know. I know that when it really starts running, you know, the emotions take hold of people and they don't want to let go. So, yeah, you got to sell into strength.
Wise. Of course, do your own research. This is financial advice. I, of course, believe that Bitcoin will go up in linear fashion from here on forever because I'm a perma bull. So when I said it the first time, it's funny the second
Great.
time.
It's fantastic. But word of warning and caution. The bear is going to come without warning. It's not going to be a news event. It's not going to be any of that. Just for whatever reason, those who have been long the market are just going to decide, you know what? Today is a good day to book some profits. And when that happens, it's going to be disgusting. So you're going to want to start popping your way through if you are a PulseWave.
Outstanding. He said, Dex, you said it's going to be disgusting and it's going to just happen. And man, it's been pretty disgusting. And man, did it just happen.
That was over 30,000 points ago. That's right.
Right.
Bitcoin has dropped 50% since that taping.
Yep. Look. This is the current. This is the current chart that's up right now. I'm just gonna bring it. Might bring the audio back for a second, but actually, okay, I was able to mute it. Look at that chart where it was. That's where it was. That's from the clip from earlier, and this is where it is. So we were talking about this right here. This is the candle where you guys said that. Holy smokes.
Another prediction coming to pass. I did use the word disgusting. Anything falling 30,000 points is pretty disgusting.
Yeah, I'm disgusted.
If the Dow fell 30,000 points,
what'd you say?
There will be martial law and nukes going off all around the world.
This is insane.
If the Dow fell 30,000 points tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point. Which
is on the horizon also. That's
I was gonna
that's
say,
a whole nother discussion. But
sounds like news we hear this week.
well, remember I did give the dire warning. I said that I believe that 2022 was going to be a historical event that people in the future will point back to the beginning or the thing or number of things that kicked off World War III. Because that is the only thing that will save the economy.
Wowzers.
And you want to hear something funny?
That wasn't it. That wasn't the
Here on this show tonight, mark your calendars again. Today, of all days, is Monday, January the 24th of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to give you another prediction.
It's here, man.
What would you say if I told you that the word on the street is that not only is America about to fall, but the first sign of its impotence will be its inability to act? What do I mean by that? It's one thing to say to Russia, hey, you better not invade Crimea because if you do, we're going to sanction you. But what do you do when Putin barges in overnight and simultaneously China decides to invade Taiwan at the same time? What if I told you it is a coordinated effort to test and expose the impotency of the USA? And that is about to happen on the world stage. Oh, he's full of it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. If I didn't know what I was talking about, why did the State Department decide that they needed to pull all of the Americans out of the way and call them home? Because they know the bombs are about to drop.
Ukrainian guy's comeback where he said they're safer here than they are home in LA.
I saw that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess Russia and China aren't scared of an army full of a bunch of trannies.
Well, they're working together. Russia, China, and Iran are the three amigos. They work together. They're buddies, and they've all decided, hey, it's time for us to join forces and kick America's butt. And that's what's happening as we speak. I mean, do you really think that Biden is a match for Putin?
It's not even close.
He can't even hang with him in an arm wrestling match.
It's elder abuse to put the guy on TV anymore. Forget.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that the unipolar world is.
He called Steve Ducey a jackass or something like that under his breath, but he had a hot mic.
Yeah, that was just a little while ago.
Dude, that Ducey kid, not Steve, Peter, the kid, the son, he's becoming a legend for these Biden moments, man. He's involved in so much of this stuff. It's great.
Yeah, he's like the local troll.
Yeah. I feel like he's I don't follow the kid, I don't watch, but like I'm calling him a kid. He's probably 5 years younger than me. But he just keeps popping up, and he strikes me as very trolly. So yeah, he's got an alt media kind of feel to him. So it's funny to see him in the news.
Yeah, it's a lot of things going on the geopolitical front, gentlemen, and we just have to understand what's happening here. You're watching the fall of empires take place right before your eyes.
Wow.
That's why they've been so hard pressed to come up with an idea that they could scapegoat as a reason and a rationale to take down the current system that's failing. The only way you can mask epic failure is to do away with it. And that's what they're doing. So they said, okay, well, here's COVID. COVID is going to be our get out of jail free card. We can do all these things and then we can just blame it on COVID instead of our failed policies. Because no one's going to stand up and say, you know what, I messed up. You're never going to hear them admit that they messed up. Nope, not at all. So what you're going to see instead is there's going to be a massive takeover. Everything that I warned everyone about in 2016 is right before your eyes, happening right before your eyes. I warned everyone that this was coming. I told you that they're going to put out their own version of blockchain and technology and cryptocurrency and all of that stuff. All of that's coming. The next step is to take all of the cash out of circulation. And that's the next step that they're working on as we speak. Why? Because cash is the devil. Cash has 55 versions of coronavirus on it, and it's going to make you sick. So we have to take it away. You don't need that. You just need this new central bank wallet. We're going to give everyone a wallet, digital wallet, and you're going to use our digital currency, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be really happy.
Yeah.
And by the way, we'll be able to control and monitor everything you do. And if we don't like the way you're spending your money, well, we'll just take it away from you.
Yeah, but it's free.
The most expensive things in life are free.
Yep.
And that's what's coming.
I'll just say I know an 8-year-old because I don't want my kids taken away. I know a very funny 8-year-old who said to another 8-year-old, one of them said to her, oh man, I'm so afraid of COVID. She was so scared. She said, don't be afraid of COVID. Be afraid of Fauci.
Wow.
True story, 8 years old.
A smart 8-year-old.
Yeah, dude, I was dying. She told me the story. I was like, you did not say that. She's like, yes, I did. I was dying.
That's a brilliant 8-year-old right there.
Yeah. She told her, don't be afraid of the virus. Be afraid of Fauci. He's the danger.
He is a lot to be afraid of.
He is. Scary dude. All right, hey, let's get into some charts. Dex, you want to? Hey, speaking of Bitcoin, we already looked at it from the past. You guys want to comment on it now? Let me bring up my.
Yeah, bring it on up.
Here we go. So, from the historic video at 67,000, where you guys called the top, here we are. It's at 36.
You got a weekly or daily bar? A daily chart up? Which one?
Let me put the weekly up now. This is the weekly. I was looking at the daily a second ago.
Okay.
This is the weekly.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, as you can see on that weekly chart, the market is turned into a bear. All right, and it's increasing in its downward velocity. The daily chart on the algo chart is identical. It shows locked in downward spiral momentum, and you're in a locked in bear market. So I warned you about these lows, and that's where you are. But don't panic. Don't panic, because all you are is at the old resistance highs. Remember that 30 to 35,000? Does that ring a bell? Remember that? That was our first one. Then the next one was the 50 to 55. Well, that's where you are right now. You're at the 30 to 35, the low end of the spectrum, where the market is going to try to find some support. It may not find it here yet. Remember, I told you it could go pretty low, ladies and gentlemen. It could go pretty low, lower than you want to admit. So right now, you got to trade what the market is giving you. This one crucial thing that you need to be aware of, I'm going to say it for those that missed it and didn't get a chance to hear us in the prior broadcast. I believe starting this Wednesday during the FOMC, I believe there's going to be a monstrous reversal in the markets, and it's going to be the new floor for the rest of the year.
Oh.
And I think we have a very high probability, I don't want to say 100%, but how about 99.9%, that this year's market will double last year's market.
Sane in the membrane.
I see 100% increase in the markets from here. I think this year is going to be ridiculous. I think that the worse things get in the economy, the higher the Dow is going to go. And I think that the central banks are going to try to keep their foot on gold and silver for as long as they can, but they're going to lose control of that too. And I think that this year marks the last shoe to drop, where the central banks totally lose control of the markets, period. That means they're going to lose control of their foot on the precious metals. That's not going to work anymore. The bond situation is going to get away from them because I think China is going to start dumping some stuff. I don't think the Fed is the only one that's going to be tapering. I think China is going to start tapering, and then it's going to cause a snowball effect, and other countries are going to start tapering also. What does that mean? It means they're going to start cashing out of their investments in America. And I think America's markets are in trouble if that happens. The only thing that can stop that from happening is war. But that's where we're headed. So barring any of the above, I think that the markets are going to rally ridiculously on after Wednesday. Start Wednesday, and then it's just going to be off to the races because something weird is going to happen. And right now, here's what it's looking like. The Fed has already let the world to believe that it's going to raise rates 4 times this year. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't think they're gonna raise rates at all. And they're gonna say no, we're not ready to do it just yet. But they're gonna make it seem like they're about to, but they're not gonna do it because if they do, it will decimate the already weak economy. It won't be able to take it. Think about what's happening. Think about it. See, they didn't think that there will be unintended consequences for them being too aggressive and trying to push forward their new world order. But people are doing the opposite of what they hoped that the people would do. And that is, oh, okay, you can go back to work now. Now the people are saying, I don't want to go back to work. I like working from home, or I like being retired. I retired. I took retirement. And so they didn't think how that would really destroy the economy even more than the lockdowns. The lockdowns just put a halt to the economy. What destroyed the economy is when they reopened it and said people can go back to work, because now you've already scared people to death. They don't want to leave the house. Kids don't want to go back to school. Parents don't want the kids to go back to school. So you got all these corporations going bankrupt around the world. You got malls turning into ghost towns around the world.
Malls are hurting.
What did you expect to happen? And now real estate is the next shoe to drop. That's the next shoe to drop.
Big time.
And when that bubble pops, that is going to be the weirdness I was talking about. When the real estate bubble pops, people have no place to go but back into the market. So you're going to have this artificial bull market this year that's going to be ridiculous, and it's going to double or outpace last year's. And then after this year, that's when everything just implodes for other reasons. One of the reasons will be war. Now, traditionally, when war breaks out, markets turn bullish because now, all these manufacturers of armaments and things like that, they make money because they're making billions of dollars profiteering off the war. But this situation is a little bit different. See, before we were under, an industrial age and the tail end of an agricultural age. We're no longer an agricultural society, and we're not an industrial society anymore. Everything's now technology and information. So when the bombs start dropping, you don't have a backbone. You don't have a manufacturing base to rely on. America had a strong manufacturing base back during the Great Depression, back during World War II. They don't have that anymore.
Now we manufacture TikTok videos.
Exactly. So it will be utter calamity.
Yeah.
So Calamity Jane is coming. This is your last chance, if you haven't already, to become a PulseWaver. This is your last chance to make as much money as you can, because you're going to need it. Because the conversion rate, when they switch over from the cash economy to the new digital one, you're going to take a hit on your money.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'd rather have $1 billion and get that chopped down to maybe 500 million than to have $5 and have it chopped down to 10 cents.
Indeed. Hey, we're running out of time. Before we wrap it up, oh, here's our last question for the night for the panel. Is Dex Satoshi? Obviously,
I can't answer that question.
Yeah, you'll have to kill you. But before we go, two things I want to cover. We had one chart request.
Oh, and what up to my brother in the live chat? I see you, man. I see you.
This guy?
See you, Big Gun.
Is that you?
That's my brother right there.
All right. Hey, welcome, man. But before we go, I want to give Will and Cramerica a chance at the Bitcoin chart before we change to one more, and then we're gonna be out for the night. You guys got any thoughts on this? Other than riding the pulse waves, any thoughts on when it might turn around?
Yeah, I'll go. If you're looking at the daily chart, yesterday's candle, obviously we put in a new bearish pointer going down to 33. But if you're looking at that, it's been straight down for the past 2 months with no relief rally in sight at all. I was thinking we would catch support in the low 40s and maybe run up to the 50s, but obviously that didn't happen. We just puked out again. And so in my head, there's got to be a relief rally coming, but it's not good to be in the business of calling tops and bottoms. So you kind of just got to wait for it to play out. Just look for higher lows and higher highs. And then you'll know when it's happening.
You don't want to push your luck. You already called the top. You don't want to try to call the bottom. Right? You don't want to get greedy at this point. Will, very good. Will, what say you?
Well, pretty much the same thing. I'm not gonna play the relief rally. I have certain points that I like to buy on the weakness and then start to accumulate. So, but not at this level. It's not even at this level yet. So I'll just stay put with my stable coins for now.
Yeah.
Until I change my mind, I'll put the alerts on the premium chat room. How about that?
Excellent, man. Sounds good. Dex, this is a Monero chart. We got a request. This is the weekly chart for Monero. It's looking a little different to Bitcoin. Any thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's heading lower. You see that massive bearish point from the left-hand side of the chart?
Was that one?
Okay, it acts as two things. It's acting as that bar is acting as a consolidation zone, and you can see the market's been trading within that range and it hasn't broken out of it. But it's also a bearish pointer, and I think the market is about to come and test and take that out because bearish pointers. Yeah, that one right there. That one right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Bearish pointers always get tested or taken
below
out.
the current. Yeah, it's getting there.
It's getting there. I think it's going to take it out.
All right, cool. Very nice. All right. With that, we're going to close it up for tonight. Check out PulseWave Trading. Get into one of these memberships. Now is the time. My goodness. Now is the time.
While you still can, while you still have $1 in your pocket.
Indeed. All right, we're out. Thanks for watching, folks. Thanks, panel. You guys are great as usual. And wonderful to see your victory lap tonight from I think it was November 8th, right, Will?
Yes, correct.
Pretty much exactly the high of the market. So very nice job, guys. Wow. It's amazing.
That's what we do here, man. PulseWave Trading.
Yay. Insane.
That's what we do every day, man.
All right, cool. We're out.
Peace.